Thanks for checking out this horror film review from the BananaLaser Horror Podcast. You can find our full archive of every unedited show at horrorphilia.com. Also, subscribe to BananaLaser on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. It says YouTube. Well, click subscribe. Thanks, and keep on bananaing. Yeah, Dan said H2O was the shit, but let's really get into some shit with Halloween: Ressurection. This came out, cheers. This came out 3 years later. Is that right? This came out in 2002, a few years after H2O blew up, and H2O was a success. I'm surprised they didn't crank out something a little sooner. But this one takes a definite different turn, and most people hate this movie, and rightfully so. I think we're just going to fucking bash on it for an hour, but let me say a couple of good things that I like right off the top of the bat. The first one is that this is the first movie after the original Halloween where Michael Myers is not motivated by killing someone in his family. Once the first part happens. I mean, there is the first part, which is about 20 minutes long, but then the movie proper, the actual crux of the movie, he's not chasing after a relative. And that is a positive thing, because I think, I don't know your exact opinion, Dan, but I know Dave and I agree on this, and that part two, by making Laurie Strode Michael's sister, it was a fail, definitely. And so, just that element alone in Ressurection, I think, is a plus. Now, what they do with it, is what it is. But I think that is a plus. What do you guys think?
They happened to be in his house, which that was the reason why. He just happened to go home.
Yeah, he did happen to go home, Michael.
Yeah, son. But think about that, though. He happens to go home, and then everybody's got fucking cameras running through his house. I'd kill those motherfuckers, too. Fuck that. After all I've been through, and it took me fucking 22, 3, 4 years to kill Jamie Lee, whatever it took him. And he's like, all right, I'm going to go home and fucking straight kick it. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What? Tyra Banks is up in here? She's drinking a cappuccino? Bitch, you're going to die.
Cappuccino.
Yeah, man.
When I walked out of the theater, I knew right then and there. I said, I'm never gonna fucking watch this movie again. This movie does not fucking exist. I was so fucking pissed off about what happened and everything else, especially coming off the amazing ending and how great the last one was, and the big cheat here. That was really bad. And I did not watch it again until fucking 2 nights ago, because for the show. I had to watch it for the show. I had to add something.
For real? This was the first time?
No, I kept my word. I said, I'll never fucking watch this piece of shit again. I was fucking pissed off about it. Yeah, I was like, fuck this fucking movie. Never again. I never acknowledged it. No. That's something that I think Alex has said, too. We've talked about it. How we don't even fucking count. The series ends at H2O, and that's that. I just pretend the fucking thing does it. I didn't go as far as to burn
you
the
guys video?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It's fucking classic.
If I could have been there with him, I would have, and I would have pissed on it when it was over.
That was the first time I ever was introduced to who Alex was. I was like, who is this guy? Great fucking piece.
But I'm telling you, I felt the way he did, and I did not watch it, but I watched it for the show. But here's the funny thing. I was entertained slightly because I remembered nothing. I was glad I did, because I was actually able to pick up the plot this time around. So that's something I can say. At least I'm glad I watched it one last time.
What did you think about the beginning of this movie?
Well, that was the biggest turnoff of all, the swerve. I mean, what the fuck are you going to do? Then I see Busta Rhymes being the top billed person in the movie. Okay? And nothing against Busta Rhymes personally. I was a big fan of fucking the old school, the leaders of the new school shit. He's
horrible actor.
In this movie,
terrible. Garbage.
Right. He doesn't belong. Garbage is right. He should never be top billed in any movie, especially a horror franchise that's just so fucking, as major as this.
I mean, the beginning sequence with Jamie Lee, like how they dealt with Jamie Lee's character and that whole sequence. What did you think of that? Besides him
You're not talking about the swerve. You're skipping past the swerve. That's
okay. All right. Well, that to me infuriates me. I can't even think about that because that to me, fucking boom, ruins it right off the bat. But that to me was simply a device to keep the series going, and I thought it was somewhat intelligent. But then it was so disrespectful to the fans at the same time that I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Like, I see what you're doing, and yeah, okay, nice little cop-out, you little bitches, but, you know, it's not going to fucking win it over for me. But past that, with the whole fucking, you know, guy naming all the fucking serial killers and shit like that, like that whole mental institution scene.
Okay. Why? Yeah. You know, I'll get to when I get to it. I'm sorry. The first 15 minutes of this film, I could sit here and rant myself for 15 minutes. They're the absolute fucking worst.
It's pretty bad. I mean, there's so many atrocities in this first part. Every character is terrible. Just the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis is here just feels painful because of the finalization of the last movie was just so spot on. Then you you know, they want her to come back. Well, she's like, well, I'll come back if you fucking kill me, if you stop this, just end this, you know. But at the same time, it probably would have been better if they just wrote her out, kind of like how they wrote out H4, 5, and 6.
Right.
That would have been a much better approach. But the reason, and I think I agree with you guys, how you're saying, yeah, you know, I like this movie more than its reputation precedes because this shit is so fucking out there and so off base. It's so wrong that's what makes it entertaining to a degree. And I say this all the time. That's kind of I hate 5. 5 is terrible because it's so steeped in its seriousness of the franchise. Whereas this is totally ridiculous. So that's what makes it, you know, entertaining. And this has the kind of fun that I think Halloween 6 has. Yes, Thorn is a ridiculous idea. Should they have done it? Absolutely not. But there's elements in that movie that are like classic Halloween moments, and they feel good to watch. And I think that's very similar with how Ressurection goes. Yeah,
I'll say one good thing. It looks good. The cinematography and not just that, but the film quality, it looks good. I will say that.
We got.
I want to put a positive in there now.
We got the director is back. He already did one of these movies, didn't he? Yeah.
No, yeah, Rosenthal, part 2.
Yeah, he did 2. That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
He's back. I mean, yes, it looks good, but let's talk about some of the things in this opening, like not just the writing or the acting or anything, but like the editing, because they have to give us all of this information so quickly. So they have these characters, dumping, you know, just doing info dumps, the nurses and fucking everything else, the flashbacks with the crushed larynx and fucking all this shit.
Halloween, 3 years ago. 20 years after the first murders, her brother finally found her. Tracked her down to the school where she was working. There were several murders. Lots of confusion.
Oh my God, she killed the wrong person.
Father of 3.
Why didn't the paramedics say something?
His larynx had been crushed.
But whenever Michael finally shows up and is going to find Laurie's room, and he's walking towards the room, and it's a room with like a window that you can see, and he walks through this door. That is laughably funny. If you don't, they're trying to do a comedy here, I think. If you don't laugh at that, it's fucking. You know why it's a comedy? It's because he walks through the door, but that's not before he walks into it like 3 times. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but and it's all done in post. It's just this quick zoom in, and they're like making it seem like he's running towards the door and hitting it a few times before just walking through it and splitting it in half.
Right.
It just pissed me off because it was a fucking try to be like a fucking callback to part 2 when he walks through the glass.
Absolutely.
You know, and of course, and it's his movie too, Rosenthal. So he just tried to use the same trick fucking again in this movie, but obviously so ridiculous and fucking not effective.
Then he stole H2O's trick where he came down. We talked about it, where he came down from the ceiling. He stole that trick too.
Oh yeah,
and
right.
Terrible.
It's terrible, absolutely. But now that we're 11 years removed from the release, I think now we can look at this movie as something fun because it's so ridiculous. In 2002, we're so close to it, and we're so close to H2O. It's like, well, this is garbage, But now we watch it on a different level, and we can have fun with it on some kind of level, even though it's retarded.
I'm glad you guys can. I really am. But come on, man, you're gonna talk about that swerve because it is so bad that not that it's unbelievable that it would happen to any normal person. But it's so out of character for Michael fucking Myers to do something like that.
Fuck his land.
That dude, Michael Myers was to sit up and come out of that, and Laurie really didn't kill him. He would kill the first person he saw. He would fucking turn around, walk out the fucking place, pursue fucking Laurie Moore, and kill her.
Right.
There'd be no hesitation. Oh, well, I better do this and fucking put these guys' clothes here and do this and that, and then I'm going to crush his fucking larynx.
I know why Michael won't do that. Because Michael doesn't actually want to kill her. He just wants to pursue her. He's addicted to the chase. And so he got as close as he possibly could, and then he's like, I got to back off. I'll see you in 20 years, bitch, or something like that.
He's obsessed like Loomis was with him.
Yes, dude. He's addicted to chasing her. If that is over, he has nothing to live for.
You're right, it's over.
He's
or he wants it for Cult of Thorn.
He's back to eating rats, in his fucking dungeon or whatever. But after the switch, he puts on a EMT's uniform, but he's still walking around with a bloody knife. What the? Nobody's gonna see. Hey, it's like, hey, who's the new guy, and why is he carrying that knife?
Oh, wait,
I don't.
And Matt, also, if they're going with the continuity of part 2, what's up with the guy with the knife and the burnt fucking face and the fucked up eye that Jamie Lee Curtis fucking poked him in the eye?
Right.
Both eyes. Like, wouldn't he be fucked up? That point, dude. I mean, come on.
Of course, he'd be toast. There wouldn't have been a part 4. There wouldn't have been any of that fucking
This isn't Nick Castle in the first one where, he's just a normal dude. At this point, he's fucked up. He's foo-body.
Right, he is foo, but he's like zombie Jason, except it's
fucking... He is, dude, yeah.
They
would have noticed that for sure. You're right, though. You're right.
Why the fuck? How did Laurie know he was there? Why was she in her fucking room waiting for him? How did she have any idea Michael was coming? So what, now she has psychic connection the way fucking Jamie Lloyd did?
She knew he was coming, though. She was waiting.
How? What the fuck?
Because he always comes. After the last encounter, she's like, you know what? I've had it. He's going to come after me. I'm just going to wait, and I'm going to set up a very, very elaborate trap on the roof.
Which is crazy.
And no one is going to see it? I mean, come on. That shit is hilarious. They talk about her going up there all the time.
Yeah.
We found her up there a few times, but they're never like, hey, what's this gigantic gyroscope you're fucking building up here? What? Nobody says anything? Come on.
Yeah.
This is a comedy, dude.
You're going to go through all of that shit, though, to do this elaborate setup and to fucking hit the fucking, the button to fucking strap them up and whatever. And then at the very end, I just got to be sure.
Oh, boy.
Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you have this tiny little inkling that it might not be him. You cut another head off if you have to. If it's a fucking person, it has to be you. And you're going to, like, why would she say, what if it's not him? Who cares if it ain't him? Even if it's a copycat, he's still coming after you. What, are you crazy?
Does she even know what he looks like at this point?
Yes. No, how could she?
So.
Yeah.
She saw him in part 1 for a second.
That's true, dude.
With the shit
she wouldn't even know what he looked like. Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, see, Dan, there you go.
That just blew my mind.
Yeah, that's what I thought about last night when I watched it. I said, okay, it's somewhat believable. I'll give him a little bit of a pass because she did see him 3 years ago with his mask off for a second.
Right.
So maybe that's believable. But she's waiting and it's silly. And how about the fact, not just that she sets up that trap, that she knew he was going to know for no good reason, walk to that fucking ledge of that thing there and happen to have his foot in that fucking noose. What the fuck? So
Yeah,
fucking
it's a Wile E. Coyote scenario, dude.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't paint a tunnel on a wall and expect him to fucking walk into it. Jesus Christ.
It was like the trap that was set in fucking Friday the 13th Part 2. Whoa! Damn that Paul and his wilderness bullshit. That's what it was like, but mechanical, you know?
Oh, yeah. And let's talk about this. You know, she has to take his mask off to get confirmation. You know, and it's terrible. It goes wrong for her big time. Michael gets the fucking leg up on her. And then, okay, we get the obligatory death scene. We know it's going to happen. We knew it was going to happen before we even went to this fucking movie. But what do they put in there? This fucking kiss and the goodbye, Michael. Now,
see you in hell.
That is.
I liked it.
You did? Okay, I was gonna.
Yes, it fits in with the whole fucking thing with the entire series. No, not the movie. I completely liked it. I even give it my banana split just for the fucking impact, and then the slow motion fall that she did. I thought it was a really good scene in a really good situation.
This is your banana split. This
because of the scene.
Jamie Lee. Yeah, really.
It's cool. Okay. It's cool the way it happened. It's very fucking pronounced. It's very effective. The whole fucking thing and how it's accidental, but at the same time, you know, we're glad it happens, but it's cool to see. And then she kisses him because it's not really a kiss. It's the kiss of death. It's fucking okay, you got me. And because she's gone through all this shit and she became an alcoholic and he's pursued her for fucking 23 years, it's tragedy. It's beautiful tragedy. It's a tragic death. She's like, see you in hell. Yeah, because she knows she's going to hell because she's a fucking boozer and just all the shit that she's done in her life. She must live the fucked up life, led a fucked up life, and it's because of her relationship with him. It's a beautiful tragedy. I know I'm sounding a bit dramatic, but that's the one fucking thing I appreciate about the movie. That's why it's banana split for me. I liked it.
Now,
no shit.
Let me ask you guys a question. Now, that was his sister. Now, why wouldn't he continue to pursue fucking what's his face?
Yeah, Josh Hartnett, right?
Yeah.
That's what she was sweating in the whole last movie. Right.
That's the whole thing. And it's like, I wonder why. Why that was the final. But you know what, though? Matt, what you said, it really was like, and they say Halloween: Resurrection. It really did feel like it was almost like, oh wow, he's got no ties to this anymore. He's just a killer now. And really, in all reality, that did bring it back to the very first film, which is some guy just stalking teenagers for no reason, and because all the other films have been, hey, bitch, you're my sister. Hey, bitch, you're my niece. I'm going to kill everybody around you. But there was never no clear-cut reason as to why, you know, in the first one, he was chasing her around. And in the second one, well, we know now, obviously, he's a fucking psycho. And he's going to kill anybody who's in his path, especially if you're running around his house with fucking cameras. Of course you die. But it was nice to kind of... I remember thinking that, being like, oh, wow, like, okay, fucking almost like hit the reset button. Here we go again. I actually really liked the whole fucking opening sequence with Jamie Lee and shit. I liked the guy fucking, you know, giving all the dates to the serial killers and how he's fucking going at him with the knife and then he hands him
That was an interesting bit, yeah.
I hated that he handed him the knife.
Dude, I love that thing.
Why would Michael not kill him? He kills everybody that's around him. He's just going to give this guy a favor?
No, because...
Here, take my knife. I'm done.
He's going to fucking kill for him, too. And he's like, you know what? I see you, baby.
I think there was... I think it was way... You know why he did it? It's much more symbolic, dude. Right. He was done. Jamie Lee Curtis was dead. He was done. I'm done. Here you go. Right. Take my knife. You like this shit more than I do. Yeah, I'm going home. Hey, I think that's what they were getting at with that.
And plus, he realized he was a psycho too, and he realized I give him a knife, he's gonna kill somebody. So
interesting.
Killing this guy, I don't know. I love that whole sequence and music. I loved it.
I guess I can give it a pass now. Thanks.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a good explanation by you guys. That's good. Yeah, he's retired. His fucking mission accomplished. Okay, take the knife. I'm retired. I'm fucking going to the fucking pastures and I'm chilling the fuck out. I'm done.
Michael Myers. Born October 19th, 1957. Killed his older sister October 31st, 1963. Killed 3 high school students October 31st, 1978. Also killed 3 nurses and a paramedic same night. Was believed to be dead, then killed 4 students. Hillcrest Academy, 1998. Has been missing, unheard of last 3 years. Now he's back.
How about this guy who's into serial killers? He starts listing his accomplishments, Michael's, all the stuff he's done, and it always makes me chuckle because he always skips over Halloween 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
And then he disappeared for 20 years, and then he came back in H2O. And then he came back.
Oh wait. Yeah.
I always love that part. And
and you know what? I forgot to say it at the top of the fucking review. Did you guys know that Miramax wanted to, because they assumed Michael Myers was dead at the end of H2O and that they were done with it. Did you know that Miramax wanted this to be a Meyerless sequel? They wanted to make another,
what?
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they wanted to make.
Fucking lion scenes, dude. That's great.
Akkad said no, obviously because of the failure.
Halloween 3-2. Dan Chalice is back fighting Stonehenge minions. Why didn't they do that? Holy shit.
Running around with fucking Loomis and the Gravedigger.
Stop it! Stop it!
Like, can you imagine if they didn't cast Busta Rhymes in the Freddy role? We would get nothing out of it. But because he is so wrongly cast and can't act, he has the best lines of the movie. He replaces Loomis big time in this fucking shit, and it's so over the top. Yeah. Just so over the top. If they had anybody else, if they had fucking Paul Rudd, in this, it wouldn't work.
Are you talking about the lines at the end of the movie when he's fucking with Michael?
All
are you
of
talking
them.
about all the stuff that leads up? 'Cause the stuff at the end is fucking god awful.
Okay, yeah, he has
No one
one-liners.
should ever say those things.
He has one-liners that are fucking atrocious.
God
but
awful.
Just the way just the way he spits out dialogue. It doesn't have. It all just runs together, and it doesn't flow right, and it's hard to understand his ass.
Especially when he has the Michael mask on.
Oh my god!
I don't know I'm playing Michael. What the fuck was that?
Oh my god!
Oh shit, man! Charlie, where the fuck you been at, man? Don't you know we've been looking all over this motherfucker for you? And why the hell you dressed like me anyway? I ain't paying you to be Michael Myers. I'm playing Michael Myers. If them kids come around and see us dressed up in the same shit, you're gonna ruin the whole effect. God damn it! What the hell is wrong with you? I said, what you looking at me like that for? Huh? You don't get it? You don't get it? Your shit ain't working up there or something? You need to take your ass in the back of the garage with Nora. That's your job. Go back there with Nora and help her ass out. Go do your job. I left the back door unlocked for your ass to go out the back into the garage. That's what I did. You need to get the hell out of here. Go ahead, scoot, skedaddle. Get the fuck out of Dodge. God damn. What the hell somebody gotta do to get a little decent help up in this motherfucker?
And speaking of that mask, what a bad mask. The same bad. It was it was the worst mask that they used in H2O. Let's use that one.
I gotta talk about Buster wearing that mask, and he's walking around like he's Michael Myers. Okay, I don't want to get into a racial thing here, but I can see your hands, bro. I can see your eyes. You're black.
Red locks hanging up the back.
You sound like Freddie, the producer who put on this entire show. Yeah, I'm calling bullshit.
Oh, I never thought about that. He didn't wear gloves like fucking parts of Jason, so you're right. Yeah. Wow. Very good. It didn't even occur to me that his hands would fucking be a dead giveaway.
God,
of course, they're in the dark at the dark ass house.
Yeah, I mean,
lights. He had that going for him.
It's just a fucking stupid thing.
Everything you see, absolutely everything you see, is real. There's no actors, None of the components or contents in the house have been messed with, mixed up, diluted, or tampered with in any shape, form, or fashion whatsoever. Well, now, I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen, but what I do know is that no one will be allowed to leave until the show is over. Our top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art camera surveillance system will be picking up anyone who tries to sneak out. Let the dangertainment begin out there.
You know, I mentioned that he's a fucking producer for Dangertainment. Hey, great name.
Danger.
Dangertainment.
What's up with all those people, dude? What's up with all that media? I mean, you got okay.
Oh God.
Okay, if you got a internet-based going on, you're trying to tell me that there'll be that much fucking media there, and they'll be fucking snapping pictures, being like, "Oh my God, oh," and how about fucking American Pie? When he first shows up and meets fucking Freddy there, he's like, "I got one word for you, Freddy. Product placement." What? One word, son? Are you fucking retarded? Like, I remember thinking that the first time
I got 5 words for you.
like product placement, dude. Like, I know you're not that smart. You've only been in 3 of the American Pie pictures, but you ain't that dumb, son. Like, that's 2 words, fucking dumbass. I'm sorry, I can't get over that.
They clearly have a budget. They clearly have a big budget to produce this fucking internet show,
right?
You know, with all these cameras and stuff. But I don't see how they're fucking monetizing this to make money at all. That's what I'm saying. They should have listened to that asshole with his one word of product placement and put some advertising in there or something. Because how do people got to pay the website to watch this fucking shit? And who wants to watch this shit unedited? No, thank you.
And who's watching it on Halloween night, dude? Like, that, it reminds me
Deckard.
of Deckard. Yeah, fucking Deckard.
The pen pal.
Yeah, and that's
the pen pal.
Problem I got with this movie, dude. Okay, so the fucking dude getting some ass from the chick who just happens to bump into them when they fucking come into the room and he's watching this thing. Yeah. I'm sorry, dude. What are you watching? So Michael, oh, cool. Can I watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That's way better than fucking. I mean, what?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. And then by the end, everybody's like, no, go. Everybody's all into it and shit. It's like, dude, if this is a fucking real party, dude, everybody'd be smoking weed, laughing at that shit. Like,
right.
Yeah, but don't you think if you're at the party, let's say you're the guy, you're fucking Decker, you go in that place, you're the first guy watching it, then these other 2 people stumble in, then people are actually seeing people getting whacked on fucking screen. Whether it's real or not, it's interesting. I venture to fucking say that a couple hours into this shit, the party would fucking move to that room. People are watching life and death situations.
It would.
I don't think it's that ridiculous.
But having them scream, "Watch out behind you!" Oh my God! Like
that's girls. That's how they act.
Hey, dude, it was just so stupid. And I've said this before too. I think this lead chick in this movie is probably one of the finest in all the Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
But it depends on the angle with her. Sometimes she looks really hot. Sometimes she just does not. Sometimes you just see the fucking butt chin, and sometimes her face doesn't look that good. It's true. Sometimes she looks hot. Sometimes she doesn't, man. And when her hair's up, she looks very pretty when she wears her hair up. But when it's down, she just looks average. So that's your banana, huh? That's your girl, Dan.
That's her, man, and she's one of my favorites.
Right. What about you, Zell? Is she your fucking banana too?
Oh no. I'm taking the redhead who wants to bang in a fucking dungeon to some guy that she just met. I think you like Sarah so much because she can break glass with her voice. Did they really put that in this movie?
Did they really do that?
Did they?
Yes. Whenever,
is that what happened?
Okay, this is what happens. These 6 kids get cast on this show, and then for some reason after they decide to do audition tapes after they've already been cast. Why are you doing audition tapes now? I don't fucking get it. But then, something happens. She screams, and glass breaks. From
I didn't know glass
voice.
breaks.
Yeah,
what?
That's why whenever she screams later. And all the kids are watching it at the party, they fucking freak out because it's so loud and shit.
You want to know? Her screams were actually dubbed over in post. scream, dude. She could not scream in this movie. So
so she was hired on her looks, not her screaming ability.
Basically.
She's not a true scream queen. Huh.
No. My girl is definitely
the blonde.
No, get the fuck. You guys don't know me by now. It's definitely Miss Tyra Banks.
Oh yeah, derp. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Holy fuck! And she that scene when she's dancing. Wow. But Sarah's lips. May I say that about your girl?
Oh.
Ooh, yes. And I'm a lip guy. So it was a little tough at first, but then I saw some uglier shots. Like I said, depends on her angle. So at first I was like, okay. Then I go, let's see.
Did you say I'm a lip guy? I've never heard anybody say that. Yeah. Look at those.
In more ways than one. I like lips.
All right.
But one more thing. Did you know that they say Dr. Mixture's class?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a cool callback.
So, to what? I don't.
Dr. Mixture, the fucking doctor that got the fucking needle in the eye in part 2. The other Rick Rosenthal movie.
Oh.
No shit. Never knew that. Huh.
Yeah, isn't that cool? Yeah, something dumb in Dr. Mixture's class.
And Dave, while you mentioned that, in that same class, okay, when they're talking about it, and he's like, now what is it now? And then she's like, the shadow. She fucking whispers that shit. How can the fucking professor be like, that's right, Sarah, good job. What do you mean? Whispering? She didn't say it out loud. That was one thing that always pissed me off, bro. I was like, unless he was staring at her the whole time. Dude,
he was. Those lips.
Right? I mean, hey, those
he's a lip guy.
I stare at him too,
right. That's why. It would be like me teaching that class. I'd be looking at her lips the whole fucking time. Oh, my God. You know? By the way, you know what school they're at, don't you? One more thing about the boom in the Haddonfield economy. Haddonfield University.
Oh, there's...
They have grown by leaps and bounds movie to movie since part 1.
That's
From a
awesome.
small bumfuck town, they got their own university, hospital, everything. What the fuck? Children's fucking research center. They're huge. They really are.
And they have, Michael Myers to thank for all of that, I'm sure.
Yes.
Don't do it. That's the house where it all started. He walked its hallways, hid in its closets, dreamed in its bedrooms, helped his mother in the kitchen, watched TV in the living room with his dad, played in his sister's bedroom. Then one day, he picked up a knife, and he never put it down again.
And can I say too? Oh God, this character is such bullshit, dude. They're talking about Michael Myers in the dorm room, and that guy comes in. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. He's grabbing their panties, and he's like,
"Oh,
you're gonna go to the Myers house?" And oh my God, get the fuck out of here, dude!
What a throwaway character.
That guy's creepy. Well, actually, that guy's nothing. He's not a fucking character. He's nothing in this. Like, why would you ever do that, dude? Why?
That made the final cut. Like, no, you cut that out. What?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Allow me to edit your movie. Jesus Christ.
And how about the mirror death when that fucking girl gets smashed in the fucking mirror? All these assholes are walking around with cameras on their head so everyone can see. Nobody fucking sees this girl got whacked.
Yeah.
No one working in production. No one watching the fucking show on thing.
Watch.
Yeah.
That way too. Yeah.
Right away, they should have fucking phoned the kid. If that scene, which should have happened, they're showing 4 cameras at all times. They got a quad box. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's going. She's one of the people they're showing. The second that would have happened, that kid would have texted his fucking Decker would have texted his girl. Hey, there's a killer in the fucking house. Someone got their fucking.
You mean he would have contacted her Palm Pilot. And type. I mean, the technology in this movie is so cute. I would say, yeah. Like, and I love how he's sending her messages, and they're coming through letter by letter.
Yeah, it's right.
And I love how he says, "Don't scream," and then she screams and holds her fucking candle. Like, what do you mean, bitch? He told you not to scream. What are you doing screaming about?
He's in the house. Yeah, it's terrible. So let's let's talk about Tyra Banks. You mentioned her in that fucking great scene where she makes a bomb cappuccino, hilarious. But her being in this movie, Is she a fan of horror movies? It seems strange. It's kind of like Kelly Rowland being in Freddy vs. Jason. Her being in this movie, I understand Busta Rhymes. How insane that is, I get it. Tyra Banks being in this, in the role that she's in, it's basically a nothing role. It would be nothing if she wasn't even there. Is strange to me. She is more laughable in this than Busta Rhymes. I don't get it.
I agree. And dude, she has like basically disowned this movie too. Now, let me put this in the correct context. Tyra Banks basically disowned this movie. Like, she would not connect herself with it at all after. She was like, yeah, I did a little Halloween. I don't want to talk about that, though. Like, she's literally been like, I want nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. This is Tyra Banks who's saying that. Like, usually you would think the opposite, which is, but, yeah.
She's too high maintenance, man. She's all fucking hoity-toity model,
Yeah, but why be in this fucking movie, dude? I have no clue.
Right, I hear you. Easy money, I guess.
I think that's what it was, and yeah.
Maybe she shared an agent with Busta Rhymes. Who knows?
Yeah, but yeah, exactly. But I mean,
you gotta have them both.
It's a package deal.
Yes.
Coming off H2O, like, I'd do it too. Like, I'd be like, sign me up, because that was a great fucking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
LL success,
LL Cool J is hot.
Hell.
Yep.
There's one, and I like their one small bits trying to give character to these people, like the guy who's an aspiring chef. And
dude, I want to
there's props galore in this fucking house that clearly, and as some of the characters figure out, they're fake. It's all fake and set up,
Ridiculous.
Which I understand. You're trying to put on a show and stuff like that, but okay, so a guy. He's aspiring chef, goes in the kitchen. What's the first thing you do? Picks up a thing of dried spice and thinks, I'm going to smell this. It's fresh. Okay,
what is that?
It's not fresh because it's fucking dried. It's not fresh. Okay? What you're saying is an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a fresh dried herb. It's either fresh or it's dried, okay?
It was an herb? I didn't know what it was. I couldn't see, and I played it back because I couldn't hear what he said twice. I still couldn't make it out. I thought it might have been oil or something.
No, it's like cumin or something like that, or crushed cumin. I can't really remember, but oh my God, it's just, there's so many other ways that they could have hinted at that, hey, this is set up. No, let's make this guy smell dried herbs. And then get the fuck out of here, dude.
That was to me, hey, this is the black guy, and he is food related.
Right,
everything
here's his thing.
Yeah, going to be food related, and it was just like, come on, dude. Like, and I know he's a black guy, and there's a couple black guys in this movie, and yeah, you're not gonna kill him first. Like, congratulations, you superseded that fucking stereotype. Now let's move on from trying to fucking nail somebody down to one thing, which is, okay, we see him early in the fucking kitchen, and then we see him fucking, his first fucking thing when he gets into the house. I'll bet you this house has got a nice big old kitchen.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like, what, dude?
It's his one thing, yeah. Food to him is like Michael Myers to Dr. Loomis. He just fucking,
right?
He's spooging all over the place. That's his number one ingredient or something.
And that's how he fucking fucks with Michael in the end, too. He throws, like, paprika in his face or something like that's going to
No, he does?
What does he throw in his fucking, doesn't he throw something to blind him?
I think he does throw something. I don't remember, though.
He throws something to blind him, and then he grabs the knife.
He tosses his salad, I got you. He makes him an omelet. He's like, I got you. You hungry? Hungry, bitch? Yeah. Yeah, so, okay, Michael, he's in the house.
Nobody sees him. He isn't.
Nobody sees him. We
but
know.
That small house.
Every one of us knows how big this house is. We've seen it multiple times now in movies. We all live in a house, okay? We know how big houses are. We can hear our fucking brother jerking off down the hallway. If somebody is brutally killed or screams or any fucking thing, we're going to know about it. This shit is not believable when it comes to the environment and all of that. I mean, that's just that mind-boggling. But yeah, and on top of that, this house has a manhole in it that goes to a basement. Now this was there. I mean, they're saying that this is a part of the house. I mean, there's no way Michael came in the 20 years that it's been, uninhabited and built a fucking dungeon with cement. They're saying that the people who built this house made that, and who has a manhole fucking in their house, except for the guy from Silence of the Lambs, that dude, I guess. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
These fucking kids. But one good thing that comes out of it is that they find another secret hideaway, and that's where Michael apparently has been living this whole time. Now, why doesn't he just live in the entire house? No one is going there. Why? Who is he hiding from? Eating rats? He should be getting pizza delivered. He should be putting his feet up in the living room. And instead, he goes to this fucking hole and lives. The only benefit I get out of this information is they kind of fill in the gap of Halloween 2 and Halloween H2O. What has Michael been doing this whole time?
He's been down there chilling.
He's been down there with eating rats on a hot plate, and that's about it. He had a hot plate, right? It seemed like that rat was sitting on a hot plate.
I think it was just on a cylinder type.
Oh, don't steal this hot plate idea away from me. It was fucking hot.
Oh my god! Why is he eating rats?
He ran out of dog.
Yeah, he ran out of dog. But this motherfucker can go and get gas and travel cross country. Yeah, he can't fucking grab a bag of Cheetos when he goes in.
Yeah, at those gas stations where he fucking whacks everybody for fucking clothes. You're right.
Yeah, call Domino's, motherfucker. Seriously.
Did Bucky not have a granola bar? I mean,
let's talk about some of the kills in this movie. I don't know. It's a mixed bag. I mean, you got some that are kind of interesting. You got some that are over the top. But ultimately, I feel kind of lackluster about them. You got some that are graphic, even. Like, let's say the fucking American Pie kid. When that knife goes in, pierces his head, it's no blood, but, just thinking about that and how it's filmed and stuff, it's kind of shocking. But
it was ruthless.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. There's a beheading. There's a good beheading.
Katie Sackhoff's beheading was fucking ridiculous, dude.
It's still a beheading. I can't really... talk shit about it.
The problem I have with it is that you're not going to get enough thrust and with a knife, and that knife has got to be so ridiculously sharp. It's retarded. It would have to be. It would have to cut anything in the universe essentially to do that.
You would have to swipe that fucker like the exact right angle in order for the blade to be as long as the head is. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, you would have to have such a clean shot to do it in one swipe like that to fucking completely be... Like, think about this. You gotta fucking cut through the fucking spinal column, all of that shit, dude. All those fucking nerves and everything. And he's just like, boom, head fucking off. And then for me, the Halloween series has never been kills like that, except for five. You know what I mean? And there's a couple of times. But you know what I mean? Like, it's never been that over the top. And I'm sorry, dude. When her fucking head came rolling down, I mean, talk about fucking...
You're right, too. Shit. Well, thanks, guys. It was one of the few bright spots in the movie for me.
I'm glad we can ruin it for you.
I don't like it, yes. I literally had beheading good written down on a piece of paper. I just crossed it off. Okay. It was not good. I never thought about that.
You sound like a mongoloid. Beheading good.
Well, that's the kind of notes I take when I'm watching a movie. I don't want to lose my attention on the screen too much, so I'll write down beheading good. Tyra Banana. Haddonfield University. Just fucking two-word sentences. I mean, and I never thought about that. A knife can't behead somebody. It would be hard. You're right. Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. I was just kind of slightly impressed by a fucking beheading in this movie and the head rolling, but no, you're right. It makes, once again, something else doesn't make sense about this movie.
Something else. Let's talk about a scene that is, I think it might be my favorite scene in the movie, and that's where, we talked about earlier, but Freddy, Busta Rhymes, dresses up as Michael to scare the kids and actually meets Michael Myers. Now,
shit.
the dialogue he gives is fucking atrociously hilarious.
I love it.
And through the mask, it's all fucking fucked up. But here's the fucked up part where they just shit on Michael Myers. He takes this beating and then walks away like he tells him to, man. What the fuck is... Why? Why? Why, Rick Rosenthal? Why?
Right. Anybody?
You know that was a power play from Busta Rhymes and the filmmakers. You know that was. Right. He's like, I'm Busta Rhymes. I don't fucking... I don't die in movies. It had to be something like that. Had to. Because why would Michael do that? Why would he let him fucking poke him in the face and then and then just turn around and walk away?
Yeah. Oh God.
I'm supposed to be playing Michael Myers.
Open the door from the back. I'm supposed to be playing Michael Myers. Oh, it just brought this movie even further down on the thing for me.
Yeah, terrible. Okay, let's talk about something else that might be a positive, and we've talked about this entire time, but that's the aspect of this whole, let's say it, found footage thing. We got all these cameras in here. It's doing this different storyline. I think it's kind of interesting. I think they did it wrong. It's an interesting angle, and as much as H2O. As much as we like to say that harken to Scream, this one takes a lot from the fucking Blair Witch Project in that aspect. I mean, that came out a couple years before. It was a fucking phenomenal success. And so they're like, hey, how can, it's an interesting idea. Let's try and incorporate some kind of element like that. They did it wrong. It failed. The idea is there, and it could have been done interesting.
But on top of that, dude, they played with the whole reality TV thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't like. The whole reality, and she even says, you're this close to being voted off the island, buddy.
Yeah,
who thought that was actually a good line, first of all? But second of all, it's like, they fucked it up, like, from the beginning with the whole Dangertainment thing, and they tried to do the whole reality TV thing.
Think about it. I enjoy the found footage, documentary kind of style of movie, and that's because you feel like it's more real. Can you imagine if this was really a found footage movie like Blair Witch, and you see images of Michael, just in the background, and so he's lingering and stuff like that. It would make him a secondary character, whereas now he's like the main character, and that would put him back in the background and make him creepy. It could have worked. I mean, maybe not. I don't know, but it's an interesting element. Definitely, you're right. I think they screwed it up with adding the TV show aspect. That is what they shouldn't have done. Absolutely. But,
it was like that show that was on MTV. I don't know if that came out before or after this, but you guys remember that show? What was it called? Fear? Yeah. Remember they were walking around with the cameras on their heads, and they would go to like fucking places that were supposedly haunted, and then you would see what they saw. You know what I'm saying?
Which was nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Always nothing.
It was just like this show. They were getting spooked by the producers. I mean, right?
That's it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So was Fear before or after this?
They're much after this.
Much after?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe they ripped the idea from this movie. So maybe something fucking... I was going to say, if Fear was before this, then clearly they just fucking lifted it from that. And...
Yep.
But
I always find it amusing.
Half-ass.
This is just a small tidbit, but I always find it amusing that this movie is called Halloween Resurrection, and it fucking destroyed the franchise. This was no resurrection. This was a fucking burial, definitely.
Well, and even with Myers dying in this, dude, he was killed by electrical wires. Like, that doesn't play into the whole fucking, reality TV thing and the whole fucking digital thing. Like, it was just too on point, and it didn't work, and it was just like, oh, God.
It's
and then,
a joke.
But then they gotta fucking throw in the eye open at the end. Like, oh, but he's still alive. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Do you know, here's something.
Mm-hmm.
Rosenthal wanted to film 4 different endings to this movie, each inserted into a movie. 4 different, where if you went to the movies, you never knew what fucking ending you were gonna get.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's really?
Yeah, I think that's a cool ass idea.
That is wicked cool. But as a fan, I would want access to all 4 by the time DVD.
Well, yeah, of course, and you would eventually get that, of course. You know what I mean? It's also a good marketing tool, I suppose, for when it comes out. It includes all 4 original endings, or you know what I mean?
You never get away with that though. That wouldn't work in this day and age. Like, I'm sure he wanted to do that, but what studio? Like, can you imagine the Weinstein being like, "Oh yeah, go ahead, go and do that." What are you, those fucking assholes, dude? Those control freaks? No.
I'm sure they all involve Busta Rhymes being the victor and surviving, which is unfortunate. Speaking of someone not surviving, how much of a disappointment was when we got to the end and we saw Tyra Banks hanging there and all her blood, spilled out, but we don't see her fucking get killed. Don't we? Yeah. Don't you want to see Tyra Banks get fucking killed? I mean, come on. Why else is she here? Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see fucking blood spilled on her.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. Why have these high-profile actresses in there if they're not going to either get killed well or at least, survive till the end? Either one. Give me something. Give me them fucking dying a gruesome death, or give me, oh wow, these motherfuckers survived, Which, no.
It was strange. And how about the chainsaw fucking part where
God,
the girls battle and she's talking shit to him. This is for Sally. Yeah. And this is for Joey.
My eyes have never rolled so hard. I mean,
right.
I did a whole body eye roll somehow. I don't. It's just fucking. Oh my gosh, it's mind numbing. Like
yeah.
And at the end, we're at the end, so it's like, what else could you do? And then they do the chainsaw thing, and it's just, oh my god, of course you did that,
right, so ridiculous,
nothing less.
And then you're right, and then fucking Freddy comes in, now this is where his fucking dialogue gets really good, with
trick or treat, motherfucker.
How about then he goes fucking burn, motherfucker, burn.
Oh yeah.
Like he's singing fucking the roof is on fire. We don't need no Myers. Let that motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn. And should have broke out in the fucking song.
He says chicken fried, motherfucker. Like, oh yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Halloween.
Michael Myers is not a soundbite. But I'm going to give you one right now and say that, he is a shark.
If they ended it with H2O, didn't give us that bullshit fucking, paramedic Larynx crush, and they just went to Halloween, the remake with Rob Zombie, how much better would you feel about your life? Like, I really think that things would be a lot better if this movie was not made.
Well, fuck, I mean, given that, Dan, what do you fucking rate this fucker?
I don't like this movie, so I'd probably say I'll give it a 2. That's a great fucking 2. Like, that 2.
Yeah, it's a high 2.
It's a high-ass 2. What do you guys think overall rating?
What I said the first time I saw it is not changing. I'll never watch it again. I'm glad I watched it for this because I had fun talking about it. But it's a fucking piece of shit. Shit on the character. Shit fucking swerves. Just... I'm going to give this fucking movie a 1.
Yeah.
All right? I hate it. And I forever crown this movie Halloween, Resurrectum.
Resurrectum.
Resurrectum, because that's what it is. A fucking piece of shit. Oh,
that's awesome. Yes. Brilliant. I gave 5 a 1. I gave... I gotta rank this one higher than 5 because I don't like this movie, but I don't hate it for the same aspects that Dan touched on. I give it a 2, definitely. I don't like it, but is it interesting to watch? Yeah, it's interesting to watch a fucking train wreck You know. And so I like it for those elements, but it's still just a 2. It's a shit fest. Absolutely.
Stick it up your crack.
Stick this way up your crack. Don't recommend this to people. Absolutely not.
Stick it up your crack and shit it out your fucking colon resurrectum.
Colon resurrectum. That's it for this installment of Banana Laser. I want to thank Dan Chase for coming on, for being here. There we go. That's what
I gotta say one thing though.
In the laser lounge.
Yeah, that's right.
Can I say one thing though? I love fucking you guys.
We love fucking you too.
And I mentioned it before. If you guys aren't listening to the Skeleton Crew, you should. It's a great show. Dan's on it, so it's an awesome show. You know, I can't speak any more highly of that show than anything I've heard. It's definitely the number one podcast I listen to, and you guys knock it out of the park constantly. You and Alex Edwards and Jamie Jenkins, JJ.
Yeah, let's do it again soon, bitches.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're out of here. Thank you guys for listening. And we'll see you next time with our follow-up, or I guess the final installment of our Halloween retrospective, the Rob Zombie movies. We're going to get into those. So until then, happy Halloween, fuckers.
Hey, yo.
What are you, stupid or something?
That's awesome.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah. Later. Fucking laser.
Banana Blast.